Hello my dear students, welcome to my English 5 class. Okay, we're going to have a presentation about the different types of verbs. You already know what a verb is, right? Verb is the action in a sentence, and the verbs usually go after the subject. As we can see, it is very different to know what it is a time and what it is tense. Right now we are going to explain what times are. First of all, we have to clarify that the idea that in English we only have 3 times. We have present, which is the time that we are living at the moment. We have past, which is the time that we already live before the present. And future, which is the time we are just about to live in a second or in 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, or a year. Any tense is either in each one of these 3 times. Regardless if it is in a simple form, progressive form, perfect form, or perfect progressive form. So now we are going to explain what an aspect is. Aspects is a combination of verbs that is going to help us to form tenses. Aspects are like combination of verbs that can form different tenses. The aspect is like a formula we can apply to form diverse tenses. There are 2 aspects in English, the progressive aspect and the perfect aspect. Okay? The aspect itself is just a formula or a combination of verbs. It doesn't form a tense until we transform that formula into a sentence with real verbs. Then we talk about a tense. So, aspects. The progressive aspect is formed by to be, always a combination of to be as an auxiliary verb, and the main verb in present participle, which is the form that we usually call a gerund, which is the ing ending. So progressive aspect, once again, is to be plus present participle ing. Examples: she is studying English at the millennium. What tense is that? You already know it from English 1. It's present progressive, right? Another example: they were living in Tampico in 1995. What tense is that? Because of where, which is past, it's past progressive. And another one is we will be graduating by December. What's the tense here? It's future progressive. The perfect aspect is formed by to have as an auxiliary verb and the main verb in past participle. So perfect is a combination of to have and past participle. Examples: we have studied English at the millennium for almost a year. This is present perfect tense. Another example: they have bought a new house by 1995. Okay, this is past perfect. It is possible to combine aspects? Yes, it is possible. All the time when we combine the 2 aspects, the perfect and the progressive, the perfect aspect will be always comes first, and then the progressive aspect afterwards. Look at the example here. They have been studying English for a year. Where do we have the perfect? In the combination of have been. Where do we have the progressive aspect? In the combination of been studying. Okay? Now I'm going to talk about helping verbs. When we have a combination of 2 verbs together, one after another one, we always consider that the first verb is an auxiliary verb. And we usually call it auxiliary verb or helping verb. And the second one is the main verb. So look at the diagram. So we have subject plus verb 1 plus verb 2 plus complement. Examples: I was studying French last year. What is the helping verb here? Was. What is the main verb? Study. Maria doesn't understand the math problems very well. What is the main verb? Isn't doesn't. The helping verb is isn't doesn't. The main verb is understand. They have been good friends for many years. What is the helping verb? Have. What is the main verb? What tense is that? Present perfect. Okay, so this is like a summary of all the helping verbs. We can classify helping verbs into auxiliary verbs and modal verbs. Auxiliary verbs in general are to be in the progressive, forming the progressive. Okay, and to do, forming simple present or simple past. and to have, forming present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect. On the other side, we have the modal verbs that you already know: can, could, may, might, will, would, should, must. Okay, don't forget that when you combine modal verbs with a main verb, like you can see here on the right, you are not going to use any form like ing, third person singular, or whatever. Example: I'm living in the United States, that's present progressive. I was living in the United States, past progressive. I will be living in the United States, is future progressive, and so on. Talking about modal verbs, you know that can is talking about capacity or ability. Could is also capacity or ability. May, you use it for something that is probability or asking for permission. Might is probability in the future. Will is future tense. Would is what we call in Spanish tiempo pretérito, which is the ending of día. Should is for suggestions. And must is maximum obligation. These are the different forms. Some of them have a contraction, some of them, as may and might, they don't have any contraction. Thank you very much for this presentation. I hope you like it and you enjoy it.